Now that we know what georeferencing is and why it's so important, let's learn how to do it. I'm going to start with QGIS version 3.30.2. I'm going to go to New Project, open up a new project, and here we go. We have a blank slate ready to go. In order to georeference things, what we're going to be doing is pinning an image file onto the Earth. In order to know where to pin it, I need to put up a map of the Earth first. I'm going to use some OpenStreetMap data being streamed through some XYZ tiles. And so I can use any of these, really. I just need something to connect it to. It's the real world coordinates. So I'm going to zoom into the area. You'll know what your area is based on the project you're working on. So, quick setup, just get a map of what you're using, right? And you can use any data source for this as long as it's accurate. I know the OpenStreetMap is accurate, so I'm going to use that. To get started with the georeferencing, I'm going to go to Layer, Georeferencer. If you don't see it here, you have an older version, you go into the plugins and install it, but it's pretty easy. Just search for Georeferencer and you'll get to the same functionality. Once you're here and you hit the Georeferencer button, you get this blank document. So this is where you start. I'm gonna add in the image, the old map, typically, that I'm going to be attaching to the Earth. So I'm going to hit Open Raster, and the Windows browser will, wherever you're at, find that. If you're using a Mac, find that file that you want to georeference. In this case, this is the old Nantucket map that I used in lesson 1 to kind of show you how to just, in the Add Your Maps tab, how to just pin it up there in the general area. Now we're going to really pin it down to exactly where it needs to be. So this is an old map, 1869, I believe. So it has no coordinate system reference in there. It's obviously pretty well done, but I don't know where this is on the Earth. It doesn't know where it is on the Earth. It's just a bunch of pixels. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this Add Point button. I'm going to start there. So I'm going to click on that, and now I'm going to click on something in this map, and I can use my mouse wheel to roll in. I'm going to the tip of Great Point, and it's going to say okay. I click there. I can see the little green dot. Enter the map coordinates. I'm going to use the From Map Canvas button. It's going to bring me to my map, and now I scroll in to the tip of Great Point here, and I click that, and I hit OK. And you can see now I've got my first GCP, my first ground control point. And now what I'm going to do is go find another one. I'm going to use the tip of Eel Point. Add From Map Canvas. I'm going to go find that. A little trickier, but hit OK. Now I've got 2. I'm going to do another one. Let's say this road to Sconset where it hits the beach. Canvas. So try that one again. The road attaches there. Hit OK. I've got 3. Let's do a couple more. So I'm doing this very quickly. I'm familiar with this area. So here's my Comet Pond. Got a little green dot there from Map Canvas, and you'll get the flow down pretty quickly. All right. So now I've got 4 of them, and why don't we do one more? Let's go right into town here, Brant Point. Ideally, what you want to do is spread them out as far as you can and find things that are, this was a long time ago. So we've got a good spread here. I could do things out here, but I kind of know that these are sandy areas that kind of move a lot. So in the 100 or so years, they may not be the same. So you need at least 5. You could do 10, whatever. The more the better. The more spread out they are, the better. The more hard things you can pin, the better. I'm gonna do one more because that's just how I roll. All right. So now we've got 6. And what we're gonna do is hit the Start Georeferencing. Hit the green arrow here, the green triangle. Start Georeferencing button. And we're gonna set the output file name. You'll get this. So it's going to give you, asking you where you want to save it. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to say, version 2. It is saved as a TIFF file. That's important to have that TIFF file. It's the only choice, but that's the whole point, because now when we're done saving this, Soar will be able to grab it and put it into the earth. So hit save there. You can leave all the settings the same. If you have issues, if it doesn't come out well, you may change some of these resampling methods. I'm going to switch this to linear. That's the one I tend to have the most luck with. And I'm going to hit save GCP points in case I want to edit things later. This is basically just a table with all of this information. Probably not necessary, but it's going to, if I want to go back later and add more points or something because it didn't come out right, it'll all be saved. So I'm going to hit OK. It's going to do its thing and hit the green button again. And it's going to go through it saying raster was successfully georeferenced. Let's take a look. And here we go. There it is, right? So I could go into properties and change the transparency if I wanted to. And see exactly how well I did. Hit apply, right? So it's pretty well lined up. So I could double check that. I could do more points, and the more points I add in, the better off it's going to be. But that's the drill, right? So that's probably took we're at 6 minutes here, right? So typically I'd take my time and do it a little bit more, but maybe 10 minutes, 15 if you really want to kind of schmooze it in there just right, and I hope you do. And that's it. That's georeferencing. So now that this file that you have and it's saved, saved on your hard drive, is exactly that GeoTIFF file that can be uploaded into Soar. And so you add your maps and GeoTIFF, it's going to take it, it's going to plop it right into Soar, right where it needs to be. So there you go, georeferencing with Soar. Move on to ArcGIS, the methodology with ArcGIS next.